Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Illinois health officials say flu activity is now at very high levels statewide, and the season's first pediatric flu-related death has been confirmed. The Department of Public Health urges residents to get vaccinated, wash hands often, and stay home when sick as the winter illness season intensifies. Illinois workers now have new legal protections when using company devices to document domestic, sexual, or gender-based violence. A new state law prohibits employers from retaliating against employees who use work phones or computers to record evidence related to abuse. Illinois will roll out several new public health laws in 2026, including overdose reporting requirements, expanded prenatal testing, improved access to contraception for students, and new maternal health training. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I'm Nick Freeman, and here's what was happening in Elgin, our fair city, on January 6, 1926. A record crowd of some 7,000 spectators gathered at Lord's Park Lagoon early this afternoon to witness the staging of the Central States Ice Skating Championships under the auspices of the Elgin Skating Club and the Elgin Courier-News. Weather conditions were ideal from the standpoint of the spectator, but the rising temperature made the ice soft and the going hard for the 130 or more skaters who were on hand. A special train of 3 cars brought out more than 125 of Chicago's best skaters and Knights of the Blade from several Middle Western cities. O'Neill Farrell and Eddie Murphy were 2 of the outstanding favorites in the championship events, with Roy McWhorter given an outside chance to come through. The Elgin City Championship for the Elgin Courier-News Trophy was second in the interest of the thousands of spectators. Complete arrangements were made this morning for the handling of a monster crowd. There was to be a squad of 10 Elgin Boy Scouts, state motorcycle policemen, and regular city police protection. Manager A.C. Parker of the Elgin Motor Club, one of the honorary judges, was to supervise traffic.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
This afternoon, patchy fog before 5 p.m., then drizzle and fog. Cloudy with a high near 41. Tonight, drizzle and fog. Cloudy with a low around 33. Tomorrow, patchy fog before 10 a.m., then partly sunny with a high near 42. Temperatures falling to around 40 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 42 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The second I see that Chick-fil-A text in the group chat, I'm throwing my shoes on and running out the door. Hey, I'm Layla.
And I'm Kaylin.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how it feels like an easygoing morning.
The chicken adds the most flavor. It's juicy and seasoned.
The biscuit is just very light and airy and fluffy, just like a cloud.
I also love to put jelly on mine so it's sweet and savory.
It's a good start to the day.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A.
Growers, retailers, friends of the field, welcome back to Field Goals by UPL North America. Playing today is new Intrava DX herbicide, the game-changing pre-emergent weed control champion with up to 28 days of residual control and the first new active ingredient in corn in more than a decade. And its opponent, troublesome broadleaf weeds and grasses, including atrazine and HPPD-resistant weeds. And folks, it doesn't look good. Hit your field goals by contacting your UPL retailer today to see how you can score Intrava DX herbicide and other crop protection products with UPL Unlimited Financing. Always read and follow label directions.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a political talk show here on a Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Downtown Elgin, WRMN 1410, Studio 14. I am David Tees, and I'm filling in for Dennis Sonar Green on the Tuesdays now for a political talk show here on Candidate Tuesday. And today we have a candidate in the studios today. We'll get to him in a second here. Want to get a couple of things out here today. What a beautiful day, a little cloudy, overcast. Every Tuesday here on WRMN 1410 AM, we will be interviewing candidates running for office because guess what? March 17th is an election day for the primaries. St. Patty's Day, election day. So that being said, WRMN radio here. We don't pick sides, Republican or Democrat. If you want to get onto the show, be interviewed, just reach out to me, email me, all lowercasings, Teaso6519, that's TEASO6519 at AOL.com. Once again, Teaso6519 at AOL.com. And just send me an email, and we do this every Tuesdays, but we'll be moving WRMN 1410's political talk show here to 7 o'clock. So we will be coming on, 4 to 6, 7 to 6? Yeah, 7 o'clock. From 6 to 7 is going to be the news. So at 7 o'clock, a political talk show will be coming on starting tomorrow. So if you want to hear Dennis, you're going to have to tune in around 7 o'clock to catch a political talk show because Derek Geyer's Big Top Sports is going to be on 4 to 6 starting tomorrow. Going to talk about all the sports and exciting Bears playoff time coming on up here, and I won't get too much into sports. He gets mad when I do that. I don't want to make him mad. He's a nice guy. But so tune in to Derek Geyer's Big Top Sports tomorrow at 4 o'clock. On your way home, tune in. Get your updates about the playoffs. Spring training's coming around the corner. He'll clue you in on that. Bears and Bulls and Hawks and Cubs and Sox. And the White Sox and the the Bears are actually broadcast here on WRMN radio. Tune in. Listen to the Bears on the radio. Or this summer and spring, listen to the Chicago White Sox on the radio. We got some exciting things going on down here at WRMN 1410 AM. Let's be a part of it. So, that all being said, what I would like to do is to bring in our guests. So what I'm going to do is sit this over here. Today, we have Mr. Steve Serafin running for Kane County Board. Steve is a Elgin Township PC. He is also a member of our community here. Great guy. I get to know him and talk to him a lot. He's put his hat into the race running for Kane County Board. Steve, you want to say hi to everybody?
How you doing, everybody?
Hey there, Steve. Steve, what district are you running for?
Kane 19.
Kane 19, because it's an odd, it's an odd number for this election. So that all being said, we'll get into that. So listen up. If you want to call in and ask Steve any questions, you can feel free to call us in at 847-931-1410, or you can text him, or you can text us, at 505-926-1410, or on YouTube Live, you can, chat in on there at WRMN1410/.com and make any comments or ask any questions that way. We'll make sure those are up and running at the bottom of the, after the bottom of the hour. What we'll do is we're going to ask them some questions here. So in the second half of the show here, we'll open up the phone lines, and I'll repeat those numbers again. So, Steve, welcome to WRMN 1410.
Thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Married, kids, what you do. Let's inform the voters who Steve Serafin is.
My name is Steve Serafin. I'm from Elgin, Illinois. I have been married 38 years to my wife, Denise Marie. We have 3 kids, Alexander, Zachary, and Cassidy. They are triplets. And I recently just had my first grandson. His name is Charlie Anthony. I am a civil investigator for the last 17 years. I work on the private side with civil individuals, and that's about it.
Okay. So I like to ask this question to a lot of people. What made you decide, hey, I'm going to run for Kane County Board District 19?
Well, to be honest with you, with all the things going on with the county, with our taxes being raised, and there really is no integrity with some of the board members. And what I feel is that, like my opponent, Mo Iqbal, he lives on my block. And I've lived in Elgin for 8 years, and that gentleman has never knocked on my door, even said hello to me.
Really?
Yes.
And how long has he been in office?
He's on his second term, and he's going for his third term.
Okay. Have you ran for any other office before?
I have run for a PC committeeman in Dundee Township, and then back in 2005, I was on the board with the Dundee Township, and I ran for supervisor back in 2005. I did lose, but I did get 43% of the vote.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for a first-timer.
I ran for Kane County Board District 22 in 2024. And yeah, I lost by a small margin. It was a good battle. Both me and the candidate I went against, we had a strong showing. We had a lot of big voter turnout, so that's what we're hoping for here. And you're actually on a primary ballot here. So this election coming up here in the primaries on March 17th, you're going to be on the ballot. And one of the things about it is, it's like when you come in there, it's your party. How you vote is your record, what's on your voter's card. So if you're R, you are going to get that R ticket. If you're a D, you're going to get that D ticket. And one of the main things is that, do you have any strategies on how to get the voters out this election? Because it's not the big one. We don't have a president in this one.
No, but with Elgin Township, we've been working on the voter mail-in ballots. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important, that everybody should get out and get their mail-in ballots, because this way, if something happens with the weather, or you're out of town, or you just simply forget, you won't if you are a mail-in ballot person.
Yeah, and those mail-in ballots, you guys will be getting before early voting starts, or right around early voting, so you guys get your mail-in ballots. And Steve's right, because, March 17th doesn't mean that we're out of the woods, out of wintertime yet, because, we've seen late blizzards, snowstorms, and all that stuff. And that's one of the things, bad weather on the day of the election kind of like turns people away from going to the polls. It's actually it's a discouragement to candidates that are actually running. Such what I did, but the main thing is you're not being opposed in the primaries for this election coming up here. So basically, unless there's a write-in that pops up here, which I don't know, well, we're all positive there ain't going to be one, but never say never. But the whole entire thing about it is, so you're basically getting at, like, we're not going to say skating into it, but you're getting your feet wet as to how how the votes are going to go in your area and your district, and try to figure out your strategies as to how you did on mail-in ballots, how you did in the elections with voter turnout, early voting, and the day of the election. So you're going to see how the in-person turned out, how the mail-in ballots turned out, which is it's something for you to ponder and focus in on. So my question is for you to ponder this and focus in on those areas. Was your low turnout on mail-in ballots compared to in-person, or vice versa? And then knowing where those areas are those things you're going to be highly looking at after this primary?
Yes, I am. And the one thing that I've learned about this election is knocking on doors. That is so critical. People don't realize that, yes, you could get stuff in the mail, literature and stuff like that. But if you're not knocking on doors, nobody really knows you. And that's the one thing that I can honestly say is that I have gotten a positive response both from Democrats and Republicans in District 19 that I've been knocking on doors, talking with them, and they are really concerned with one big thing, their taxes. That is the most important thing. And there's other things that's important to them. I could go in, our chairman has not appointed anybody yet for District 2. That is important. That's something that she needs to take care of. And what I understand is, David, is they have some infighting going on with the Democrats as to who they want to fill Dale Berman's seat with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're behind the deadline.
Yes, they are.
And this has been a story that's been being covered in the Herald and everywhere else because, you are right. There is a lot of in-house fighting, but that's going to be typical in any party, both sides. But see, the thing about it, I've noticed about the Kane County Board this last year and a half with them is that they became more sensible. Both parties are working together. It's like they put their swords down, and then when they wanted to do the 15% property tax increase over the next 3 years, that was about a year and a half ago, and they and they got sensible. Both sides were like, why would we want to do this? This is a disaster for the people of Kane County, and they got voted no. I mean, both sides, and the Republicans are outnumbered in the Kane County Board, and that shows sensible government. And I'm seeing patterns of that throughout the Kane County Board, that both sides are working together for the people now instead of for the party. And to me, that's the way it is. That's the way it should go, because those people voted for you. And do you feel that when you get elected and you get into the Kane County Board, you can do the same, work with the Democrats and the Republicans? Because you got to remember, everybody fights about everything.
Yes, I will work with both. I think it's critical for our people here in Kane County to have somebody that represents everybody, not just a Democrat or a Republican.
Right.
One other point I'd like to point out is this about Madam Chair. Okay. I don't know her personally. However, there was Dale Berman's position that was District 2. He was also a member of the Liquor Commission.
Yes.
She already filled that position with another Democrat on the Liquor Commission, but she has not filled that District 2 board. That is something that shows no integrity to me. Why is it important that she had to fill that Liquor Commission before the District 2 board?
It's a good question.
And I don't have that answer yet, but I am looking into it.
Yeah, we can have our theories on that. See, Steve, I want to point out something to you. Over this last holiday session that we've had here, we have seen our taxes go up in November by City of Elgin, ECC,
yes,
Elgin Township,
yes,
and Kane County Board. State of Illinois all hit us this year with taxes. It was open season on us here, really bad, to a point where, and I'm not going to stop expressing this, because as a voter, as a taxpayer, I'm mad. I'm mad because of the fact is that my mortgage payment went up $200 a month. That's a chunk.
That is a lot of money.
But it's also too because I have an insurance company that I'm going to be getting rid of that jacked everybody's rates up astronomically. So I'm out shopping for new homeowners insurance, new auto insurance too. I'm going to bundle, like I do now, but my bundling system ain't working over there now. So, but this hit me hard, and my biggest concerns is it hit seniors hard. It hit people that are working 2 jobs to make ends meet. It hit them hard. And, we all had a chance to get up at these meetings for these votes for tax increases, and there were low turnouts. Because, why? I got my theory, because they did it in November. People are out Christmas shopping, Christmas parties, right after Thanksgiving, or before. I mean, it's perfect planning, but I think that should stop. Maybe after November, there shouldn't be any tax increases. Maybe that's something that should be discussed because it's a great strategy, because nobody's going to show up. Right?
No, they normally don't. The last year I've been to 11 county board meetings, and I'll tell you what, we get a great turnout at the county board. Okay, and I'm impressed with some of the voters. They've come up to me. They've expressed that they're dissatisfied with the taxes. They're dissatisfied with the majority of Democrats on the county board. That's why they need leadership, and they need leadership that is going to move us in to 2026 and beyond. I mean, we had a huge gap in underfunding. We had a huge gap of where we had to use the general fund to make the balanced budget. I don't think we need to do that. And that's where I go into the leadership. It starts at the county board with our chairman. She needs to show leadership. And I'm sorry, I know I'm banging on this, but as far as I'm concerned, she is not showing the leadership. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. It does. You're not banging on it. Anybody that's leadership of a county or Speaker of the House, either state or Senate minority leaders, on and on and on. City council, the mayor, he's like the top dog. I mean, you go on and on. Even with PCs, they got chairs, and when you're the top dog, you're going to get banged on a lot by a lot of people, because people see things two different ways, and that's what you're going to have to get used to. I mean, when you're the top dog, people are going to love what you do, and there's going to be people that are going to hate what you do, and then next month it's vice versa.
Correct.
So, yeah, go ahead.
No, I just think that the leadership here, because I'm focusing on the county today, because I'm running for the county. They have what I call not too much integrity. And I could go into a lot of things, but we don't have the time. But the biggest thing is this, is that county board chairman lady, Madam Perot, knows she needs to fill that seat. She's fighting among her own party with that.
Yeah.
Okay. But where I go into the integrity is, how can you fill a liquor commission seat? Why are you filling that liquor commission seat before District 2? I have an idea, but I'm not going to touch on that yet.
Right.
But that's my main focus.
That's later down the road.
It's coming.
We talked about it, but that's later down the road. Yeah. So we're going to be going probably about 6 minutes here, getting close to a break. So what I want to talk to you is a couple more questions here before we go to our break. You get on the Kane County Board, you get elected. Are you having? I mean, I guess they pick it for you, or maybe they talk to you about it. I don't know how the process goes because I never made it there. But you got to be on a committee.
Correct.
What would be the committee you'd like to be on if you got into there?
I'm going to be honest with you, the Liquor Commission.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're strongly talking about it. There you go.
That's one of my goals, is to get on that Liquor Commission and to make sure that Madam Chair is doing the right things.
Yeah. And
sometime in the future, I hope to come back on and we could talk about that.
Oh yeah, we will definitely. There'll be more people coming in and out. Also, too, is I wanted if I would have got on there. I wanted to be like on the farming commission or committee there, because we are losing a lot of farmland. To a lot of building, we gotta have that cutoff point. You know what I mean?
The other one that I know that is very important is the transportation board. Yeah. I think that's a vital seat that will be probably available when I'm elected. But those are the two, the Liquor Commission and the transportation, I would like to get on.
Great. That's good stuff right there. And are you counting down the days? Because I'm going to tell you something. When I ran, and it was like the day early voting started, it's getting close. You're ramping up, and you're getting aggressive. And I'll tell you what, the day before the general elections, that day, that November day, I mean, I was up all night. I mean, I was just like, oh, my Lord, this is it. This is where it comes down to, this moment. And it was like a lot of butterflies and all that stuff. And I know you've ran before, but I never ran for anything like that. So you actually, and you look like a calm, collected guy. Are you going to have those butterflies that day?
When I ran back for supervisor, I did have butterflies. However, this time around, I have a lot more people around me working with me to become Kane County Board District 19, where when I ran back in 2005, I didn't have a collective group of people. That's what the biggest difference is. I mean, everybody that I've talked to this last year, they have offered advice, they've offered help, and they've actually, we had a nice signature party earlier, and I'll tell you what, we had a great turnout for the Republicans. I know that it's important that people understand that when you sign a petition, you're signing to get that person on the ballot to make sure they get elected. And I'll tell you, I have walked my precincts and I've walked my district, and the people that actually signed my petitions, they actually remembered who I was. And that's important.
Yeah.
Knocking on doors, talking to the people, asking the voters what they want, not what I want or what the party wants. I need to know what's going on with them. That's the most important thing. And the biggest part is that their taxes. The taxes are just ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're working for them.
Yes.
They're not working for you, and that's one of the things I think a lot of politicians lose sight once they get into office is that they lose sight of that. They don't listen to them, and they're there to do a job, and I'm doing a job. You're there to do the job for the voters, and the voters tell you what to do. You're just there but you're the guy. You're the voice for the votes and all of that stuff. I mean, yeah, like you said, for the taxes. And nobody wants their taxes going up. I definitely didn't. And by how firm you are and how you stand firm on taxes right now. And I hope that we'll get into that a little bit in the second half of the hour.
Okay.
We'll get into that. But yeah, taxes. You're right. Taxes, sales taxes. God, I hope we don't get hit again. I mean, that's killing us too.
But you got to remember one thing. Integrity.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stand on that. I have a lot of integrity. I'll listen to people and I'll take into account what is going on in our county. And I think that's the most important thing is every board member should show integrity. And that's it. And that's how you become accountable is with your integrity. How you handle the way you vote, the way you handle yourself down at the county is more important than anything.
So before we go to break here a little bit here, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you or look you up, do you have a website already done up for you, or do you have an email address where people can email you and reach out to you and ask you questions?
Yes, I do. Why
don't you go ahead and give it to them?
I have an email. It's steve@kane.gmail.
Okay.
And anybody that emails me, I will respond. I do not have a website yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to do one. I know some people do and some people don't. But as we get into this election, I've got people that I'm entrusting with that are advising me very well. So I will let you know the next time I come on.
Okay, great. And the email again was, so that way they got it, because sometimes we do it twice, maybe 3 times.
Steve@Kane19@gmail.
Okay, so everybody, you have his email address. Feel free to, email him, ask him some questions, get to know this guy. I'll tell you, and I've got to know you for about almost a year now, and I think you're an awesome guy.
Thank you.
You're outstanding. You do what you say. You're always jumping into projects and willing to help out anybody. And that's character. And it's hard to find good character out of people nowadays. And when you're trying to find somebody that's going to stand up for you, that'd be the guy I would vote for. Right now, that is our music. So we are going to get ready to take a break here in a little bit. We will be back here after the break to talk to Steve Serafin some more, so you get to know him. So if you want to call in, 847-931-1410, feel free to call in and ask this. We're going to ask him some more questions. If you got questions, call us, please. give him a little drill because, he doesn't get a chance to go out and talk to a lot of people yet. He will. So stay tuned. WRMN 1410, a political talk show with David Tees.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Illinois workers now have new legal protections when using company devices to document domestic, sexual, or gender-based violence. A new state law prohibits employers from retaliating against employees who use work phones or computers to record evidence related to abuse. Illinois will roll out several new public health laws in 2026, including overdose reporting requirements, expanded prenatal testing, improved access to contraception for students, and new maternal health training. Illinois health officials say flu activity is now at very high levels statewide, and the season's first pediatric flu-related death has been confirmed. The Department of Public Health urges residents to get vaccinated, wash hands often, and stay home when sick as the winter illness season intensifies. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you feel embarrassed, trapped, maybe even ashamed just because you own a timeshare? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not alone. Chuck McDowell here, the timeshare cancellation guy. I get over 3,000 complaints a week from all kinds of folks that feel the same way you do. Honest people, teachers, veterans, grandparents, all losing sleep over a timeshare they can't get rid of. That's why 15 years ago, I founded Wesley Financial Group to help people take their lives back. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we would want our own family to be treated. That mindset has helped us cancel over 50,000 timeshares from people just like you. So if you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-330-6363. That's 800-330-6363. 800-330-6363.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has two convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, patchy fog before 5 p.m., then drizzle and fog. Cloudy with a high near 41. Tonight, drizzle and fog. Cloudy with a low around 33. Tomorrow, patchy fog before 10 a.m., then partly sunny with a high near 42, temperatures falling to around 40 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 40 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
everybody. Welcome back to a political talk show here on WRMN 1410 AM, downtown Elgin, Studio 14. This is David Tees with filling in for Dennis Sonar now on Tuesdays for a while here, doing Candidate Tuesday, where we interview candidates. Here in the studios today, we have Steve Serafin in here, running for Kane County Board District 9 or 19? Okay. Hello, Steve. I've got your mic on, so say hello to everybody again.
Hello, everybody.
Now, just like I said a little while ago here, if you want to call us in at 847-931-1410, or you can go to YouTube at WRMN1410/.com or YouTube live stream. That's what I usually do. It works out there. So you can ask them a question here. So we're going to get back to our interview here with Steve. It's pretty amazing. First time him running for a big major spot. He's had Dundee Township he ran for. And so he's got his feet a little bit wet into this. Steve, so one of the things coming up here on March 17th with the primaries, you're going to have, folks, you're going to have people starting tomorrow, probably doing it right now out there with literature, knocking on doors. They're going to come up to your door. They're going to knock. They're not trying to sell you anything. They're just going to give you information. Steve himself is going to go up there and knock on a lot of doors, he says. So he's out there walking here pretty soon. He's going to have a bunch of people helping him. I know that for sure. I'll be one of them. So answer your door. Grab that literature. Know who he is, what he's about, what he wants to do for you. And then with that literature, he's going to have information on how to get a hold of him. Ask him questions. Call him up. Don't call him up and ask him what he's wearing. You know, I mean, no, that's not like the other insurance company commercial there. But that all being said, he's got a long journey ahead of him.
Yes, I do.
You do.
I'm running against an incumbent.
Yes. And that's a good point you just brought up there. So, in the primaries, yeah, it matters. It matters to go out and vote. It shows us where things are going and all that stuff. But when it comes time for the general election, one of the things I've said on this show about incumbents is the fact is do your research on them. Okay? Go out there, Google them. You can look up their voting record and see how they vote. Did they vote for good stuff for you, or did they vote for bad stuff for you? That is going to show that if that candidate is good or if that candidate is bad. Should he be in office anymore, or she, sorry, or if they should be out of office and maybe try somebody new, somebody that's going to do something a little bit different. That's where I leave that at. With Steve's employment background, and you said you are a
civil investigator.
Okay, so you're like a private eye?
I do work for a private detective agency.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're on the civil side, not the criminal side.
Oh, okay.
So it's important. I've done my background on some people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get negative in a campaign, but I'm going to show things that where I can do better.
Right.
That I think is the most important thing, is that you have integrity. And I'm going to stress that the most.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity is most important because people like that. When you talk to somebody with integrity, they are going to listen. But when you just keep talking about stuff that doesn't matter, they're not going to listen to you.
Right. And having been a civil investigator, so you have some background into civil stuff. I mean, like basically mostly insurance and right, like insurance fraud. Is that what
insurance fraud, medical fraud, credit card debt, mortgage foreclosures.
So you can identify, something that's wrong.
Correct.
Okay.
And before I got into this, I was in mortgage banking for 12 years. So I was a sales manager for a major company, and they went out of business, and that's why I got into the civil investigation, because when I first started, I was doing foreclosures. So, and then it had just expanded to everything that goes into working for a private detective agency.
Cool. Did you have a badge?
No, we don't carry badges. No.
You don't got no stinking badge?
No, we carry an ID, but we don't carry badges. No. If you're an actual private detective, you can.
Yeah.
But I'm what they call a civil investigative process server. So when I'm knocking on your door, you'll know why I'm there, and you'll know I'll identify myself because I'm working for that organization, and I have my state license that allows me to knock on your door.
So we'll get to your platform in a little bit. Could I ask you a question here that, as a voter, and I was, I'm not in your district. If I was, then I would vote for you.
Thank you.
But how do you feel about our road safety out there? You're in your neighborhood, Randall Road, Route 20, 64. I mean, is it a concern to you that how fast these people drive and the rate of accidents increasing? I know population goes up, you get more accidents. I get that part, but road safety to me is a big concern.
It's a big issue, especially in Kane County.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever buy Route 20 and it's unincorporated St. Charles Township, that is secured by our sheriff's department.
Correct.
And our sheriff's department is well understaffed. And there's my big concern with safety over there, because there is a lot of traffic and there is a lot of accidents over in that area. So yes, transportation, safety and security is one of my big issues, along with the taxes. I think the most important thing we need to make sure is that we are properly, with the right amount of police department, have the right police personnel, sheriff personnel, and state personnel. And unfortunately, in today's society, we are understaffed at almost every level.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that's why I think that's the biggest safety concern among most voters, too, is that there's too many people out there that are not legally driving. They're driving with suspended license. They're driving with no insurance. And that's where you have your biggest issues.
And also, too, the speeding. I mean,
yes. Oh, yes.
You drive down Randall Road, and it's a NASCAR track. There's remember back in the day where the officer would be sitting in the side of his road, hidden a little bit, got the radar gun pointing at people and then pulling them over. We don't see that anymore. I mean, how are we going to get these people to start slowing down? You got any ideas that maybe can be brought to the Kane County Board about that?
Well, that is an issue that we need to bring up with our Kane County Board chairman and everybody that's with the sheriff's department. Is we need to get more sheriff department personnel. I was just down at the Kane County Sheriff's Office yesterday, and they had 4 new sheriffs sworn in, which is important. We need to get properly staffed here, not only locally and with the sheriff's department across the state, but also with the state, with the Illinois State Police. I know they're underfunded too.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever go to a website called Blue Line,
no.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Blue Line will give you the information of what townships are hiring for police, fire, and civil. They are so inundated looking for people. They're looking for retired police officers, sergeants, lieutenants to transfer. They take their pension and then they go work for another department. It's at an all-time high.
Wow. I know when you get in, and if you get in, and you will. I mean, I have that much confidence in you. Would you consider pushing to get people to slow down? We're understaffed with police officers. They got to deal with other issues out there, crime, which is kind of teeter. This year not that bad, very better than it was last year. But we know the scales change rapidly. I mean, would you be in consideration of maybe, if you get on a transportation board, maybe looking into the fact of maybe having some of those camera radars out there that we could test them or see how they do with like on Randall Road?
Yes,
is that a possibility?
Yes, it is a possibility. Also, you don't see many of those on Randall Road.
No.
And with those cameras, they can actually click on to your car if you're speeding, and they can issue tickets. Mm-hmm. It's done all day long in Chicago. And I think that will help slow people down, especially if you're in like a school area. Mm-hmm. That's where you should probably have the most cameras. And the other thing is with those, I've noticed over the last 4 years, a lot of people are going around the school buses when they've got the stop signs out, and there are no police officers in the area.
Aren't those buses equipped with cameras, though, to actually do that? Or do they turn them in? I mean, that's...
I don't know. That I'd have to look into, but I know that some of the buses in Kane County do have cameras on them, but I don't think all of them do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important.
Well, one of the things is, like, my biggest concern is road safety. I do a lot of service calls, so I'm driving. I see some crazy stuff. Oh, my Lord. I see some really crazy stuff out there, especially with speeding. And this, and this impacts your voters. I mean, you may not be the person speeding down Randall Road, and you get hit from behind, or you get hit by a speeder, or, this affects their lives for the rest of their lives.
Yes, it does.
If there's an injury, especially, you get physical therapy, doctor bills, and loss of work, loss of income, and then going to court and trying to recoup all that money. It's a long process. So that's why I was kind of wondering as to, for road safety, these cameras.
Well, another thing that we could probably do, David, is this. I know that there are federal grants out there that the individual police department or law enforcement departments can have, where they could have road safety. It's been done before. I haven't seen them done lately. I don't know if the grant money is still there, but I know that, they have checkpoints in certain areas, during the day and at night, where they're checking for speeders. They're checking for people that have a car insurance. They have their license. They're not driving on unsecured license. So I think that is one possibility that we need to look for in the transportation, is make sure that we get those executive grants, or whatever you want to call them, that we get Pritzker to get them up here in Kane County so that we have more safety checks.
And get the funding instead of coming out of taxpayers' dollars.
Correct.
Well, it does come out of taxpayers' dollars, but come from an upper...
But they're allocated.
Right, exactly.
For special interests.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Illinois has so many special interests. Why don't we have special interests every month with certain departments? Go from A through Z in the state and make sure that you have at least 1 or 2 safety point checks during the month. And I think that our roads will become a lot safer.
Mm-hmm. And what really sucks, social media, people tell everybody ahead of time, hey, don't go down this road. Which is another road we're going to go down here, and we're going to switch topics here. Taxes. I mean, I know you and me and everybody else in Kane County are against taxes. And you know that they're going to come down that road again for a budget. With all of the new revenue we've had over the last 10 years, legalized marijuana, video poker machines, sports betting, which is more state, okay, the county really doesn't see any of that unless they have like a boat, which some counties do, some counties don't. I mean, it's a very small portion that they'll get. But let's just talk about this new revenue. I mean, legalized marijuana, legalized video poker machines, all these new revenues that are coming in here, and they still keep raising our taxes. Is there any other solutions that you could see in the future, if you got out of there, how we can stop raising our taxes and find other ways to generate new revenue or cut back on stuff we don't need?
I think there's some ways we could cut down on some of the employment at the county. I think that's important. I think that part of the county is overstaffed. That's probably the biggest critical issue. But more importantly, with the budget, it should be kind of scrutinized. And I don't think the county scrutinizes our budget. I think everybody signs off it. That's where I go into the integrity. Integrity is looking at where we can save money on the county budget. If we could find ways, and I'm sure there's ways, I haven't looked at the county budget recently, but I'm sure there's ways we could save money with the county budget instead of always just raising taxes.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, raising taxes on, lower income and middle incomes is just, they're barely making it. You pointed that out earlier. I knew that. I would like to see something where the county board comes together, maybe have a special session or something to where they're going to say, hey, instead of raising taxes, let's keep it level and let's see where we can save money for our tax people and our county residents.
Maybe a new committee.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Taxing committee. That would not be a bad idea. We have a lot of committees down at the county.
Yeah, we got a farming committee, liquor commission, zoning board, transportation. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Why not have let's see what we can save people on tax money, whole commission,
the solution is this to almost everybody in the state, and I'm not going to say whether Republican or Democrat, is they always look at raising taxes.
What's the easy solution?
It's the easiest solution. But you know what? Why don't we look at common sense and make sure that if we need to raise it, it's not because I'm one way or another. There's a lot of people that would just take the easy way out, but work with your constituents, whether you're Democrat or Republican. Everybody should work together at the county, even at the state level and the local levels, that we need to work together to save for our taxpayers
Right.
and our voters.
A lot of people say government should be ran like a business, but, technically, in my opinion, it should be because, businesses can always raise their prices and government can always raise your taxes if things ain't working out. I mean, if we're not making enough money, then, hey, let's just jack up their taxes, which isn't fair for us.
Well, I think that the counties had an open checkbook where they just figure, I'll spend what I want and then raise my taxes. And that's how I'm going to fill that gap. Well, they just filled that gap. If I believe or if I'm right, we had a $29 million gap at the beginning, and they just took it from the general fund and raised taxes. That's not an answer.
Right.
That's in my opinion. I think that people need to really, really look at your county board members when this next election's coming up and look at their voting records, look at what they're representing.
Right.
And I think they will be surprised because as I've been walking Kane 19, a lot of people have made one comment. I don't know who my county board member is. Who's my county board member? What has he done for me? That is the most important question that I have been told. And I said, well, I'm here. When I'm elected, my door is open. You want to knock on my door at home? Come to my home. I will invite you or make sure you tell me you're coming. Other than that, our District 19 Kane County board member, as I've said, is my neighbor, has never once knocked on my door. I've lived in Elgin for 8 years.
Wow.
And a lot of the constituents that I've talked to in District 19, they don't know who my King County board member is. But they know their local elections, who the Elgin president and the county, the Elgin Township trustees and everything.
Right.
But they don't know who their King County board member is. And some of you said they don't even know who their state representative and their state senator is. Well, that goes back to, okay, if you're saying that on today, our state representatives, our state senators, they should be knocking on doors or having somebody from their office knock on the door, not just, oh, it's election time, I want your vote. I'm going to hand out literature. That's not how I operate. I want people to actually call me or email me and say, hey, Steve, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I may not give you the best answer. I may not even know the answer, but I have the resources to get those answers. And I think that's critical.
Great. I mean, I like it. So what I'm going to do here in the next minute or two here, and I know you do this at a lot of places, meet and greets, and you go to township meetings and other public places to speak to people, and they give you like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. What I'm going to do is turn the microphone over to you, and I want you to tell everybody your platform, your name, how to get a hold of you, what you want to do for the voters if they vote for you, and how to get a hold of Steve Serafin. And let them know who Steve Serafin is right now.
My name is Steve Serafin. I live in Elgin Township. I've lived in Elgin for 8 years. I have lived in Kane County for 25 years. I'm a Republican committeeman. The most important thing that I'm looking to do is make sure that our taxes don't keep going up. I'm an advocate for that. I want everybody to know why I'm running. And why I'm running is, first of all, my King County board member, I've never met personally at my house. I've met him at King County board meetings, number one. Number two, I want everybody to know who I am. I want you to vote for me because of who I am. And my biggest platform is taxes and making sure that everybody, especially myself, has integrity. I'm a father of 31-year-old triplets. I've been married 38 years. I'm a civil investigator. I love what I do, and I love talking to people. Thank you.
And we'll switch it back over there. I put the camera on by yourself there for while you were speaking. Good job, me. and you have an email address that you might want to reach out twice to them, so that way they can reach out to you. Steve@kane19.gmail. Steve@kane.gmail.
I would give you my personal number, but I use that too for business, and it's kind of always going off.
Yeah, right. But as time goes on, you get your feet wet. You'll have a website up and running. You're debating that, but and your literature will be out there. So people in that district, be prepared because you're going to get to know this guy. He's going to knock on all of your doors, not personally, but he'll have some help. He's going to get out there and work hard for you if you get him in. So Steve Serafin on the ballot for the primaries, March 17th for District 19 for Kane County Board. That's an amazing job. If you get it, I wished I got it. Then I would have worked with you.
I think you will one day.
Yeah, one day. It would be my day. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
That's a great analogy, but I think that bridesmaid's coming for you.
Yeah, we'll be together again. All right, people. Hey, this is David Tees here on WRMN, a political talk show on WRMN 1410 AM, downtown Elgin, Studio 14. Cecilia Brooks stopped in and said hi. Hi, Cecilia.
Hi.
Yeah, she's over there off to the side. Watch out. I had a spider drop on me when I was over there last Wednesday, and that wasn't a good day for me. But you want to stick your head in the cave? Yeah, she's moving out of the way. I thought you weren't scared of spiders. Is there one up there?
No, I see a web.
Yeah, that was probably where he came from. Don't start. I'm scared of them. Anyhow. Oh, right. Everybody, hey, the news is going to be coming on, your local news here at 5 o'clock. So stay tuned for that because you're going to know all about your local news around the Fox Valley area and then some. Also, too, coming on right after that at 6 p.m. will be Derek Geyer and Big Top Sports. I know it's hard to say it by yourself. You sound like a dork when you say it.
I like that.
Yeah, but he'll be coming to you about the Bears playoffs and tell you what you need to know, who they're playing, what time, where, who's going to play, who's not going to play. And that game will be, well, we'll let Derek tell you all about that. Why should I tell you anything? He's the guy you got to tune into at 6 o'clock. He's in the studios now preparing for his show. Once again, it is Tuesday. The temperature is in the 30s, like 34?
Yeah.
Right now, I don't
39.
39. There you go. Thank you, Steve. You trying to do weather here now? Trying to get a job?
No.
Steve Serafin doing the weather. We already got Sarah Silver. She does the weather. She's very good at it, right, Cecilia?
She's the best.
I know.
Steve, Serafin, Sarah Silver. It could be a thing.
Yeah, I know. You never know. She might get that flu going around there, that's the other thing is be careful about that flu out there. So everybody, once again, Steve Serafin is in the studios here running for Kane County Board, District 19. We wish you the best of luck. We will have you on again. I'm sure of it. Definitely, because we got a long journey ahead of us until November.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So
it's going to be a fun journey.
Yeah, you're going to grow more gray hairs. I don't know how many more because you're like me. We're like Frosty up there, And Cecilia, you ran for city council, so you know what this is all about. Yeah.
Did you have fun with it?
I had so much fun.
Well, there's our music. This is the end of our show. I want to thank everybody for listening to a political talk show here with David Tees on Candidate Tuesday. So thank you for Sonar for giving me the opportunity to do this, and Dean DeLay. You guys are two awesome guys. I mean, gotta love these two guys. And expect to hear more coming on up here. Remember, the news at 5 o'clock, Big Top Sports at 6 o'clock. And we will see you on Friday. And that show, remember, everything on Political Talk Show will start at 7 p.m. from this day forward. So keep that in mind. Put it on your books. Thank you.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone